So, what is creativity? Um, for me, creativity doesn't necessarily have to be artistic. For example, I have some friends who made a beer pong table that hangs from steel strings from the ceiling, and they can crank it up to the ceiling when they're not using it. And I found that to be creative. And then when I am trying to create some new unique piece of art, it doesn't necessarily have to be one medium. For example, coming up with the idea for this music video, the idea came to me from 2 words, just 1 week, when my buddy who's coming to visit typed that into Facebook, it popped up in my chat, and idea hit me, I should make a music video. Went away from the computer, sat down at my drum set, just another artistic form, and played for 45 minutes and just thought about it to myself, and then wrote it all down on a marker board, and here we are making a music video. So, and meanwhile it's a documentary too. 3 different art forms in one. Here we are being creative at, what is it, 11:34, day before the shoot. That's how it usually goes, isn't it? Creativity at its best right here. Just a bunch of random letters and dashes and lines and words, and for some reason we think we're brilliant when we look at this. Working with people, you know, originally you have your brainchild, you know, you come up with the idea and it's so entirely yours. And for me personally, it's always hard to try and let go of my idea to other people who are tweaking it and changing it, because I feel like even though it could be good advice, I feel like I'm almost losing control. But ultimately, it's impossible to do it without other people. You know, you can just go out and make something, but you can make another art piece, the same materials, so much better with a couple extra people there just throwing ideas at you. You know, having another person to just bounce ideas off of. Also, I mean, for any art form, for movies, you know, bouncing ideas, for music, any art form really.
What
It's
does
just.
it take to surrender your creative control?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately you can take in other ideas from other people, but what I have to always remind myself is what it boils down to is this was my idea. Even though it might have had some other creative turns in it that worked out for the better or worked out for the worse, it still is, you know, my project, my design, my art, essentially, and that's, you know, it's really rewarding. All right, I'm gonna just do it on the wall here.
Do it again? Yeah.
Got it? All right, let's do this.
God, what if he's not here?
Jesus Christ.
What's going on, Daddy?
Fucking Steven Spielberg. I'm waiting all goddamn day for you guys to get over here.
Creativity. What is creativity? I think creativity is being able to take your thoughts or ideas and either visually or physically express them, to be able to show them to someone other than yourself. I think that's creativity. Literature, films, music, art, anything really. I mean, where it was a great idea that someone had, but if they didn't see it all the way through, no one would have got to share that with them. I'd say it like kind of varies between art styles, but it has like similarities. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I get like these random ideas in my head, and my creative process is just see them all the way through, even if they're shit, just so they don't like fester in my brain and rot, you know, just rot away.
Fine.
A 10-page paper for Andrew on God knows what. I have my rotoscoping project, a stop motion final. I have to cut Kyle Freeman's documentary. I have to finish cutting a film I co-wrote with Jordan Marvin to find a job, find a home. I read a peer evaluation for all you guys in documentary class. I have some horror assignment units for my horror class, an After Effects final, horror exam, a motion proficiency test, and an animation test. So I carry this around because...
How much time do you have?
2 weeks. Creative block, writer's block. Oh man, nothing more frustrating. If I have like a creative block or writer's block, I don't know, I usually just sit around and just get really frustrated with myself and start on something that just has no potential at all, and somewhere in like sifting through all that shit you're like, okay, this isn't gonna work, and hopefully you come up with something along the way. Either that or you just take a couple days and get some substances and just, I don't know, hope something comes to you. I guess that's kind of how I deal with it. Funny time? Oh no. That's not good. 15 seconds. Having fun on a set. Yeah, I just feel like there's certain people who maybe make films, make, you know, any really artistic project, but do it more for like the business aspect and for profit, which is fine. I mean, who am I to tell you what to, you know, how to express yourself and for what reasons, but for me, it's just more do something because this is what I want to do, and it's like self-rewarding, whereas, you know, like that's just what I mean by having like fun while you're doing something. Otherwise, I would just go be miserable and be a manager at McDonald's. That's something I wouldn't want to do. Or I don't know, maybe there's some creative McDonald's dude who just loves it. He's like, yeah, look at the schedule I made. Timmy can go to the lake and no one's mad at me. It was creative for him to do that. That makes no sense at all.
So Freeman, what are you doing here?
I'm mounting up a homemade SnorriCam style tracking device. Got the idea from Vlada Petric and Ross McElwey's Bright Leaves. Duct tape sucks, by the way. Don't buy off-brand duct tape.
I think creativity is just, I think everybody's creative. I think to some extent or another, every single person's creative. It's because it's a positive form of human expression or self-expression. I actually like working with constraints. When there's only 300 feet of film, or I did this 24-hour film festival a few years back, and one of the things was like you had to incorporate a bench and a birdhouse and like just things like that. Like it really makes you start thinking like very creatively, because you have to start to incorporate things that limit yourself to things that you would maybe feel more comfortable doing. So I think part of creativity is getting out of your comfort zone. You might want to like tell me to like repeat an answer sometimes, because fuck, iPhone 4, you piece of shit, lighting up my film, exposing it, and it was the dictionary app. It's telling me what the word of the day was.
What was the word of the day?
I didn't have time to look. I don't know if people are too jaded or if they're just like insecure or something about their own work, but I really feel like the only way you're gonna, if you want to continue to work in filmmaking, you're gonna have to be able to have some thick skin. You're gonna have to be able to like really take some criticism, because no one's like Spielberg or Quentin Tarantino. I mean, you're not just some film prodigy like you can think you are, but you've got many, many, many years ahead of you to learn.